This is Kathy Biehl of EmpowermentUnlimited.net with Astro-Insight for the week of August 16th, 2021. We're still very much in worker bee mode. The planet of communication has moved into Virgo along with Mars, giving us a bent toward getting down to work, going for the details, evaluating, analyzing, looking at how things could be improved. But the change that's happened with that is that we are more inclined to actually interact with people, to deal with people. Venus, the planet that rules our social mode, has moved into Libra. This happens or happened, depending on when you're listening to this, on August 15th, and inclines everyone toward being, if not conciliatory, if not being cooperative, at least putting up the appearance of wanting to get along. This suggests that even with the resurgence of interest in keeping healthy boundaries, issues of masking and social distancing, and just how much we want to brush shoulders with our fellow humans, we will be inclined to find ways to actually interact with people and to go off and do things together, or at least enlist other people in our various improvement and cleanup projects. Likely there will be some kind of adjustment in a social situation, in a relationship, in something that you want. You will see a wall, you'll see a rule, you'll see a potential obstacle or a challenge to be mature and responsible, and will calibrate when Venus hits an inconjunct with Saturn at the start of the week. This flows immediately into tinkering with your mission, with your sense of yourself, with how you're presenting yourself. Something coming up from your subconscious, coming from the shadows. Perhaps it involves a power play or stepping into doing not just what's responsible, not just being accountable and an adult, but what is the true act of your own power when the sun hits an inconjunct with Pluto on the 17th. Some pretty major behind-the-scenes action could come to light collectively and in the news at that point. The upshot for us as individuals is that we will not be able to slide back into old behaviors. We can't go back to business as usual. Much as we want to be with people, there are choices that we face in responsible action and in dealing with power and perhaps a scary situation. For many people, this is going to be dealing with the resurgence of the pandemic and revising our behaviors in light of it. There could, of course, be other and additional ways that this plays out, and no doubt that will be the case for you. By the middle of the week, there is profoundly focused action. Thoughts lead to follow-through. Information leads to action. Information leads to follow-through. This could take the form of fighting words, but they would be for the purpose of fixing something. Mercury and Mars meet on the 18th, and this is one of those think it and it happens aspects. Think it and you do something aspects. Information, thoughts, ideas, communications lead to action, are one with action, fuel motivation. If you've needed the gumption to actually get something cleaned up, organized, or completed, this will give you very effective, efficient results. As we head toward the weekend, there's a rumbling of dealing with change, of issues still being present, off in the distance, but starting to wave at you, that have to do with the ongoing stress testing we've been experiencing all year long. The two planets causing that are Saturn, old ways and structure, and Uranus, innovation, new ways, radical change. They have been in a challenge aspect all year long, really hot in February, really hot in the middle of June, and now they are very slowly inching toward their final showdown in December. Saturn's retrograde now. This week, Uranus turns retrograde on the 19th. And with this, some issues, some ongoing situations slowly begin to shake, rattle, and roll and remind us that nope, 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 situation's not solved yet. Not resolved yet. Probably you will see in the next couple of weeks things coming back around again from the middle of June as Uranus approaches the degree that it occupied when it and Saturn slammed together then. And the first signal that comes out of this, the first information, the first thoughts, the first epiphanies point out where the game is changing, where thinking needs to shift, where thinking is shifting. Mercury is in an adjustment aspect or quincunx / inconjunct with Uranus on the 20th. And you may see, oh, look, if I just tinker this way, bam, I can deal with it. Whatever the underlying issue is for you personally. And energy immediately zooms toward breakthrough, change, breaking a log jam, innovation. Mars is trining Uranus on the 22nd, and something that you have been working on, thinking about, analyzing, chewing over, trying to improve, trying to fix, trying to make happen, has plot twists, breaks open, changes radically, easily. Like, for example, tapping on something a lot and tapping and tapping and tapping, and then suddenly when you don't expect it, it breaks. This spells an exciting weekend, perhaps a little bit frustrating because the sun is opposing Jupiter, simultaneously amplifying self-indulgence and yet somehow keeping fulfillment just out of reach. But there's something in the tension of that comes with the plot twists, with the monkey wrenches, with doors flying open and us being whooshed through them because of the ferocity of the energy. If you've been feeling stuck, if you, like many people, have felt like you're making like the hanged man in the tarot, like I'm just watching the film play out, don't have the motivation to do much of anything, you'll have motivation this week and your actions are going to get somewhere. Maybe not where you expected, but you will feel movement. Homing thought of the week: energy flows where attention goes. Song of the week: A Change in Me, from Disney's Beauty and the Beast. Yes, it's another hell freezing over week. And the image of the week is pulling a book out of a bookcase and unknowingly activating a mechanism that makes the bookcase move and send you into a room on the other side of the wall. You'll learn more about this in my forecast for the month of August, which is up at my site, empowermentunlimited.net, where you can sign up for my mailing list and book a session with me. I'm Kathy Biehl, a professional astrologer with more than 30 years' experience. I host the show Celestial Compass on Om Times Radio on the first and third Mondays of every month at 5 p.m. Eastern. And this week, I am thrilled to have my mentor, Robert Glasscock, joining me to talk about political astrology. It will be an exciting conversation. I host lively conversation on Facebook at Empowerment Unlimited and the group, the Astro-Insight Lounge. I have lots of bonus content at patreon.com/Kathy Biehl, and I am really grateful to the people who are supporting my work there. I post on Instagram at @KABiehl and on YouTube at The Professional Aquarian Channel. Talk to you next week.